Hey, how's it going, guys? Today I found the cheapest smartwatch available on Amazon. This is the D11 Unisex smartwatch, and it's available for $6.99 on Amazon, plus another $5.59 for delivery. So technically it's just about $12, a little bit under, and the price might fluctuate depending on when you see this. There are a couple of bands you can pick from, like blue, green, purple, and red. The one I have, I believe is in black. So there's not much around the box here, except on the back you got some specs here. It's 1.3 inch 240 by 240 TFT screen, data transmission. I can't really read this because this is stuck on here. I tried removing it, but you can kind of read it through, so there's nothing else besides BLE 4.0. The master chip is an HS6620D. Now that's a really low-end chip, but obviously you get what you pay for. Data save time is 1 month. The charging interface is USB, probably micro USB. It's only 27 grams, a 150 milliamp hour polymer lithium-ion battery. So I think that's similar to the D09 watch that we saw from a couple of years ago. So let's see what's inside. So inside you've got the watch itself, along with the bands that come out. And is there a charger? Because I don't see one here. Oh, it looks like it doesn't even come with the charger. That's interesting. So it's just the watch itself, and then the two bands that are removable that you can replace, along with the user guide here. So I have to read through the manual a little bit. It's kind of easy to understand. It's just a little hard to install everything, and there's no micro USB. It actually does use a USB to charge it. So I think it's USB to USB charger. So you have to have a regular USB plug that goes in here. And the reason I don't like this is because you have to put the strap in this way, and once the strap is in, it's like, it feels like it's really hard to take out. Like, I just put this one in, and to take it out, it's like I gotta use like quite a bit of force. So I'm worried that by doing this, opening and closing, it's likely gonna break quickly. So this is worse than so far this is worse than the old cheap smartwatches we used to have, like the Y1 U8 smartwatch, the D09. And I might have missed out on a couple others. But yeah, because this is not cool at all. I was experimenting around just to see if there's an easy way to take this out, and I just got it removed because I put it in and then took it back out. And this takes such a strenuous amount of force to remove it, to the point where I'm concerned that it can break easily, like I mentioned before. So this in and of itself is a deal breaker because it's hard to charge. I mean, I wish it was easier, but it's not, because there's no ports whatsoever. I think on the bottom is that heart rate sensor, and then on the top is the touchscreen, but there's also a little home button thing. There's nothing else on the side, and that charger is here. It's kind of clever, but I wish the strap was easier to open. Because it's so hard, it's a deal breaker. But I'm going to try to move forward and see how far we can get with this and what we can kind of figure out. Just give you kind of a run through here. I just figured out how to charge this thing. So most of us have a USB wall outlet. So all you have to do is just place this inside of the USB port, and it fits. And then you can just plug it in, and it starts charging. I don't know if you heard that vibration there, but it's now charging. Going back to the watch for a second, or the bands really. These are silicone bands, and they're kind of thin. Doesn't really feel too premium. They are textured. This is what the watch looks like in my hand. Not too bad, not too shabby. Unfortunately, it is not a touch screen like I was thinking it would be. The only way to navigate is using this one button that's down here. And to get into something, you can press home, or press that button, hold, and then you can see the other options that are here. If I want to respond, obviously I got to go on my phone, and if I hold it, it'll take me back, but everything's going to be deleted from messages if I go back in there. So it should show up as null. So you just press and hold, and you get back home, or you get back to the options. There's only one brightness level here, and it's just going to be stuck on this. So during the daytime, if you're outdoors, I don't think you'll be able to view this very well. Indoors, it's just fine, like right now. And to connect this to your phone, it's actually not that hard. You go into Fit here, and it's called the eWatch. When you connect, it's synchronizing everything right now with the watch. On the top left, there's an option to connect. It's the first option here. It says eWatch connected, because I already have it connected. But normally you'd go on here, click search, and then eWatch should pop up. Now, this is, I don't know which gen or version this is. You know, if you're watching this later on, it might be called something different. But you should get the general idea. And then from here you can do a couple of different things. You can press shake for selfie. So what this does is when you shake your watch, it'll take a selfie for you, like that. And then if we want one here, you can just take it just like that. So kind of nice, kind of neat. You have to shake quite a bit though. And then if you go back, you can see message notification. You can update whatever you want or what you don't want. So this app seems to be pretty decent overall. You can synchronize data, band function setting. Let's see what we have here for sedentary reminding, screen upon raising. So this does, screen upon raising just means that it'll flick to unlock. It'll take like a moment to show up. Sometimes it works better than others. It's a little camera shy. Let's try this here. Alright, it turned on there. Unlocked right there. So it takes just a tad second or something, but it's nice that they have that feature. This feature was there on the old cheap smartwatches too. So there's that. And there's also smart anti-loss, so let's see how that works. So if you go into your device here, and then I believe it's somewhere in more, where you can click find my iPhone. So there's sleep, weather. The weather's not working for some reason. I'll have to figure out if there's something to activate or not. So find phone, and now the alarm's going off on this. So I don't know how to turn it off. I guess it turns off by itself. Then what else do we have here? We've got smart alarm. Okay, you can set up an alarm here. Not really going to focus on that right now. You can search for your device. So this just vibrates because there's no speaker or anything, which I guess it's better than nothing, but I would prefer if it made some noise in case if you do need to find it. Oh, synchronized weather. Let's go ahead and try that. So it'll ask for your where you live and everything. And would you look at that? The weather does pop up here. I'm not sure if you have to synchronize every time, but maybe not. I mean, I hope not at least. And then lastly, there is a dial selection here. This is kind of cool, where you can change it to whatever front logo you want it to be. Not logo, but clock interface you want seen. So this one kind of reminds me of the Dr. Viva watch. So actually that's like the main one there. This is another one that's already installed. So to change the watch interface, you just press and hold that home button, and it'll change it to this like dark mode. It's like an astronaut moving around, kind of cute. And it shows you how many steps you've taken, how many calories you've burned, and your heart rate. The heart rate doesn't work automatically. You gotta activate it by pressing and holding. So, you know, overall this kind of feels more like a fitness band than anything, because there is no touch display whatsoever. You're very limited on functionality, even more than the DZ09 watch and the Y1 Bluetooth smartwatch, because there's no area to put a SIM in. So I definitely recommend checking out those or the GT08 or GT08 smartwatch, because those are around the price bracket like this is, but this is the cheapest watch. If you're looking for the cheapest thing, I guess it's an option. And of course, take all this stuff with a grain of salt. Can't really trust all this. That's what I'd say for most of these low-end devices, low-end smartwatches. There's also this music mode. Basically, you can play or pause your music on here if you have music playing. Alright, so I have a song playing here. Obviously, you're not going to be able to hear it. I don't want to get copyrighted. And unfortunately, this does not seem to play or pause your music from here. So, just missed it. Darn it. And yeah, that's another thing. If you miss a spot, you got to go all the way back. Luckily, there's not too many options, so you don't have to worry too much. So it doesn't pause the music. Let's see if it goes to the next one. I hear a vibration. That's how I know whether or not it's working. Yep. Overall, not that great, but yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. As always, thanks for watching.